What's up, my people? This is Tommy HBK from Heartbreak Hotel Clothing. That's at Heartbreak Hotel Clothing on Instagram. Giving away this sweater alongside the gas drip. So if you want to get it, make sure you follow, subscribe, comment the gas drip at YouTube to win this sweater. Tommy HBK, shouts out my man Blancs and everybody that's part of the gas drip.
Action.
What's good, my people? It's your boy Blancs. You're here with the gas drip, man. I'm here with my brothers, yo.
It's your boy Ojas, baby.
It's your boy Rico Cello and Robin from the gas strip.
Yo, what up? It's DJ OC.
Yo, we got a special guest, yo. Heartbreak Hotel Clothing.
Give it up for Heartbreak Hotel.
Tommy HBK.
You already know, y'all. The link is right there. The link is right there, yo. All you have to do is hit that link and you'll see the whole come up, man. This is a crazy clothing line, all right? And like, honestly, man, I've been seeing the come up from like the ground up, man, and it's crazy where it's at right now. And I'm so happy to have you here, man. Tommy,
thank you for having me.
Straight up, man. Honestly, I feel like the perfect place to start in a conversation like this is the name, Heartbreak Hotel. Where did that come from?
To be honest, it was a combination of a few different things.
Yeah.
Heartbreak Hotel is just something that I'm sure everybody in this room can relate to. Heartbreak.
I've been there
we all
a lot.
experience it in our lifetime at least once or twice.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully no more than that.
yeah.
Bro, I'm at that hotel every weekend, bro.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
So the idea for the brand and the logo and everything came about just based on the fact that I myself have experienced, you know, heartbreak, not necessarily with relationships and things like that, but like anybody can go through a rough patch in their life or have negative experiences in life. You know what I'm saying? And
That's life, dude.
growing up, also I was a big fan of Shawn Michaels in the WWF. And he was WWE now.
me of that.
Yeah.
Heartbreak Kid, right?
Yeah. So he was the Heartbreak Kid. That was my favorite wrestler growing up.
Yes.
And I've always been down with the music of all different types of genres and all that, you know. And Elvis Presley, he did a little Heartbreak Hotel thing back in the day, and you know, so it was a combination of all those things.
That's crazy, man. Like, yo, you recently did like a show, like an art show / fashion show type thing, man. Can you talk
Yeah, it was
about
my
that?
first. It was my first art exhibit. I've been painting now for about 6 years. I've been doing the clothing brand for 7 in 2020. I started the brand in 2013. So I had never shown my artwork to anybody unless you were fam and came to my crib and, you know, seen it on my wall and whatnot, but I had never shown it to the public.
Yeah.
And I got like 70 pieces, at least, canvases at home that I've been wanting to show. And I had been planning this. I wanted to do it last year. Well, I did it last year, but I wanted to do it earlier in the year, and sometimes things just don't come about when you want them to, but eventually they do if you keep going and, you know, you keep putting your mind to something. It eventually happens. So I ended up getting it off the ground November 30th last year. Posters right there in the back.
Right there, yo. Check that, yo.
Yeah, I brought that for the gas strip, throw on the wall. You know?
Is that signed and everything?
Yeah, I signed it.
Yo,
Because you guys were there.
Right there.
You guys were there, so I signed it. I said thank you for coming.
Yo,
And, you
that
know?
show was amazing. Honestly, you guys can check it out on my Instagram and in Heartbreak Hotel Clothing
Yeah, I got a few
Instagram.
pics on my Instagram too.
The art is amazing, man. The art, like
Thank you.
every piece, like means something. It has a story behind it, man. Like, what's the story behind that art piece right there, bro?
That's actually one of my first pieces that I ever did. I would say that was from 2015, maybe 2015. And basically, it's when I started painting. I had so many things in my mind, so many thoughts of when I decided that I wanted to paint. I'm like, what am I gonna paint? And I had so many ideas. And the light bulb is significant to ideas, right? When you get an idea, they say, boom, the light bulb goes on,
The
right?
light bulb effect.
So
Man, that's crazy.
that's one of my first paintings, and it's basically a light bulb like that you would screw in, but it's upside down. So the jack for the light bulb is on the bottom. It's one of those things that you see in like a basement. You go down in the basement, you pull the little string, you know, and then the light goes on. So but it's upside down.
Yeah.
It's supposed to kind of represent me in a sense. So it's like my head shining, but I'm not even in the socket. You know what I'm saying? The light bulb isn't even in the socket, but it's shining.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So that
hard,
was the
man.
idea behind that.
And it's like a skull on one side and a question mark on the other side? Or?
Is whatever you see, bro.
That's crazy,
It's whatever
bro.
you see.
That looks amazing.
Art is subjective, you know what I'm saying? Like one person could see something, and then the person beside them could see a totally different thing. That's what I love about art.
Because
Yeah,
I did
man.
see that. The first thing I seen when I looked at it was a light bulb,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
then like 5 seconds later, I seen the skull,
Yeah.
right? And it's amazing where you can even see more things in that. It's just like I see a ship, like
Wow.
if you look like where the nose is at,
Man,
and
that's
the
a
way it
good read,
curves
bro.
up on
That's
that.
some good.
No,
You see shit?
No, I'm
I'm
an
not
artist
trying to
as
see the
well,
shit.
right?
Yo, where's the shit at? Yo.
Look right at the nose, right?
Bro,
The
whatever
part where
you
it looks
see, that's what it
wavy
is.
And curls up. Like, do you get what
Straight
I'm
up.
saying? Like,
Yeah, you
it's what you
interpret it.
find inside. And it's crazy. The question mark is like,
Yeah, I see that.
Just think
too.
about it.
I see
The
a skull
ball-
there. Like, I see
the
a
bulb
skull.
kind of represents an idea,
dope.
Yeah.
right? But then you have a question mark, which kind of contradicts the same thing, right? And it's like you have an idea, but then you're questioning it. It's crazy. You know what I mean?
That's
So,
dope.
like,
I'm glad that you took the time to look at it like that.
no,
man.
I appreciate art, man.
So
Like,
yeah,
this is good.
that's one piece of art, man.
Yes,
He
sir.
said he has a lot of pieces out there. If anybody's interested in checking out the art, you can check it out, on his page. And
I
like,
have a few pieces. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah,
I have
go
a
ahead.
few pieces. I'm in the process of starting a totally separate Instagram, a totally separate social media entity.
Yeah.
That is just directly artwork.
Nice.
Right now, I'm kind of combining. I'm throwing up a couple pieces in my story. I got a couple pieces on my feed that are artwork on the Heartbreak Hotel at Heartbreak Hotel Clothing. But that page is more for clothing. But I thought, why not throw some of
Art in there.
something else that I do.
Yeah.
Let hit people off the side of the head with
for
something
sure,
else
man.
that I do.
Like your art is on your clothing and everything, so it's like kind of like dope like that too, like
well, fashion in my mind, fashion is art. Everything is art. Everything.
Yeah.
Like
is art in
even the shape of this microphone. You know what I'm saying? The
That's a
design of this room, like the mathematics behind it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anything, bro. Like look at the equipment. That's art. Somebody thought about how am I gonna be able to produce sound and do what I want to do musically and have channels and everything is art, bro. Like the design of a car, the shape of it, like the interior color in contrast with the outer color of the car. Like
That's a good way to look at things, bro.
Everything is art, bro.
It's
Everything.
amazing
So
way to look at
question for
things.
you is like growing up then where did you garner this artistry from? Like, where did it come from? Is it like
I've always appreciated artistic things. I think when I was a kid, it started with music and dancing. I used to be that kid breakdancing at all my family parties. You know what I mean? Like people would be like, yo, do that little move. You know what I mean? Yeah, all right, I'm gonna bust that little move. But it came from one of the first things that ever inspired me, and to this day, it's still my favorite movie. It's called Beat Street. If you don't know it, look it up. Beat Street. It's from the 80s, and it deals with hip hop culture as a whole. So you got a couple main characters. One is a graffiti writer, one is a DJ and MC, one is a break dancer. So it's the hip hop culture is DJing, graffiti, rapping, and break dancing and all that kind of stuff, right? So that was one of the first things that it's a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's
It was one of the
culture.
first things that opened my eyes to a culture.
Yeah.
And from there, I've always appreciated anything artistic, anything creative.
For sure,
You know?
man.
So it's only right that I do. I'm a barber by trade, and I consider that to be
that's
an
art.
That is
Absolutely.
art.
Absolutely.
That's definitely
Designs and stuff too.
Yeah.
Right?
Shout out to Barber Studio.
Shouts out to Barber Studio.
Yo, man, you're definitely an entrepreneur, man. Like, I seen your come up, man, and like, it's crazy because you did music at first, man, and like, then you did fashion, and then you're doing art, and like, you're combining like everything into what you're doing, like throwing on music in the background, have the fashion, have the art, putting a whole like event together, man. That's kind of crazy, man. And
Thank you. That was my baby. Like I said, I was in the works for quite some time.
Yeah.
Like I've been painting for 6 years, and I had never exhibited my artwork, and I wanted to combine. I wanted it to be a vibe that
Yeah,
night.
it was.
And
Definitely
everybody
was,
that
so.
came through, shouts out to everybody that came through, by the way. Everybody that came through told me, they're not gonna tell me they had a bad time. So even if they did, but whatever. Most people told me that they were surprised. They didn't know that I did the art. That's because I never showed it, which was the reason for that night. But I wanted it to be a vibe. So the artwork was on the wall. I had my clothing racks in the middle. I had music in the background. My playlist was even artistic and reflected who I am as a person. I had anything from Blink 182 to the Beatles to Future, Drake. Some of the new stuff, I had some reggaeton on there, I had some Bad Bunny, some J Balvin, stuff like that. So my playlist was a reflection of me. Everything that night was a reflection of who I am as a person, as an artist, as a creative mind, I guess you could say. You know?
Can I ask you a question, like in terms of like,
No.
culture?
I'm a funny guy too.
You can't be serious.
Right? Comedian too,
I'm working on my first stand-up bit.
I was gonna ask you, like, how does Spanish culture tie into your artistic like paintings and stuff like that? Because I know you're Spanish as well.
Yeah, I'm from El Salvador. Shout out to anybody that's from El Salvador. Any Latin American in general. Art to me and the whole Spanish thing behind it is the first artist I ever knew of that I searched up or did research on, whatever you want to call it, was Pablo Picasso. He was a Spanish painter. He dabbled in many different styles. That was the first artist that I ever knew of, and he's so big that he's in like common conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like anything that involves art, you'll hear someone say, "Man, that's like Picasso." You know, that's like Picasso. You know that name. And then me being Latin American, you see it in a lot of my paintings.
Yeah.
My first show that we were just talking about was called A Collection of Thoughts, because every piece was a different thought that I had in my mind, and it's just something that was in my mind, and then I put it on canvas. You know, so in regards to your question about the Spanish culture and all that, I have some paintings that are, I have one in particular that it depicts a scene of the jungle in Latin America. There's a few slaves on the bottom in chains that are being led towards churches, because if you know anything about the Latin history, Latin America and the Spanish came, they conquered, they try to instill Catholicism, Christianity into the people that were here. They call it a discovery. They discovered, you know, this side of the world, but people were already here, you know, and it's sad what happened to them, but is a part of history, and if it hadn't, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't know how to speak Spanish. So everything happens for a reason in my mind, and I do tie in the my Latin culture into a lot of my work.
Exactly. That's dope, bro.
Yeah,
sure.
That's dope, man.
Wow,
Yeah, it's
man.
part of who we are, part of how we grew up. You know what I mean? Like I grew up with Latin culture too, so there's things that I do that it's like from my childhood, even the way I dance and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You do merengue steps, the salsa steps, all that stuff. So that's dope. That's dope,
And even
man.
just
That's
being
what's up.
connected to the roots, because like, you know, it's different when someone just says you're Spanish or like I'm Latin, but they don't understand
What the difference between, because that's two different things right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm Spanish, or I'm Latino, or I'm, you know, whatever.
You'll never hear me say I'm Spanish, because that's technically saying you're from Spain. But
But
I say
Spanish
I'm Latino.
culture
I say I'm Latino and I'm mixed too, because
Yeah,
Ecuador and Guatemala. So I can't even say I'm Ecuadorian because there's a little Guatemalteco in me. You know what I'm saying? So I just
there
say,
you go.
yo, you know what I mean? I'm Latino. And when I go to those countries, they ask me where I'm from. I say, yo, soy canadiense. They'll be like, ¿Cómo así tú hablas español? Yo, soy una canadiense latino. Así es. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Yeah, but even with saying I'm Spanish, in Spain they got it's not just Spanish they speak, because there's Castellano, which is what we speak in Latin America, and then there's Catalan, which is from Catalonia region. It's a totally different language, you know. So when you say I'm Spanish or I speak Spanish, like which language do you speak from Spain? You know what I mean?
See, when I got to Canada, which was like about 10 years ago, was when I found out the difference between Latino and Latina. Like I even started like, I was like, oh shit, Latino.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for when the A.
Yeah, like you know, so like
O is masculine, A is feminine.
Thank you.
You know,
So it's like French in a sense too, right?
It's
Italian,
crazy. And it's like, thank God for Duolingo, because like it's amazing.
It's
like,
a good app. It's a good app.
I love the people, I love the culture, I love everything. It's nice to see when people embrace it. That's why I feel like I'm part
Yo,
of it.
Tommy,
Like,
are you working on any new like fashion things right now, like for 2020?
Yeah. So, if you look on my page now, it's been a minute since I posted anything. Granted, it's been the holidays, so I've been taking some time off. I put a lot of work into that show, again, that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
It took me a lot of time to, finalize the paintings that I was working on. I'm very, what do you call it? I overthink things too much sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll think a painting is finished and then I'll be like, nah, I could add this, or nah, I'm gonna change this a little bit. So I'm a perfectionist in a sense, right?
Yeah, sure.
So I put a lot of time and effort into getting that show popping.
For sure.
And that night I showcased a lot of my newest designs, like the Ace collection. This is one of the newest. This is on some like Roots Canada type stuff. Like these are fuzzy letters, you know what I'm saying? I've never done anything like this. It's very simple. It's just Heartbreak Hotel,
very,
you know,
very, very nice.
Clothing and lifestyle. Established
The heart on
2013. Heart on the sleeve. This is one of my newest designs, but I do have many designs that I want to get popping in 2020, but it's just me, you know what I'm saying? I design it, I invest in it, I do my own photography, I do everything, so it's hard. And I got a full-time job, and I paint. I got a lot of things that I'm doing, but yes, a lot of new designs are coming.
100%.
Even some of the old ones are being tweaked, and it's like a 2.0 version of that original design from 2015 that I'm bringing back now.
No, if you guys go check out his line, like he brings out like even like movies and things like that like to the table, man. And just put it on like tees and shit. Like,
I got a collection called the Film Collection,
Nice.
and as of right now, it features 3 different motion pictures that are like some of my favorites. One being Bram Stoker's Dracula. I got a piece where I took a scene from that movie. Gary Oldman plays Dracula in that movie. I took a scene from that and I put him on the front of it, who is Dracula. And then on the back, I always do something witty and wordy. So on the back I put Drink Blood, Live Forever. So that's part of the Film Collection. Dracula on the front, and on the back in like a blood red drip font, it says Drink Blood, Live Forever. And then I got Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy coming out, his hand coming out of the tub in between the girl's legs. And on the back it says In Your Dreams. I got Wednesday Addams on there drinking poison. The youth have been poisoned. Check out the page, you'll see some of those pieces.
Wow,
that's
In
insane.
Your Dreams, that's Subliminal's crazy.
I'm telling you, the way he puts things together is next level. Like I haven't really seen people put things together like that. You know what I'm saying? When he starts something, bro, he really like goes 100%. You know, a lot of people don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So
that was just a simple concept, like, you know what I mean?
I take my time with it. Sometimes I'll get ideas and I'll be like, yo, that's dope. And then when I really start to try to put it down, I'm like, maybe not. You know? So it takes time.
It out, but that's the artistry, because sometimes people don't see the vision, right? But it's like, imagine that. Someone just walking with you, see the Freddy thing, you're like, whoa, that's crazy.
You know?
I try to make it as simple as possible, though.
Yeah.
Like sometimes when people say, like, man, the thought behind it is crazy, and I appreciate that. But when I actually put a piece out, I try to make it as simple as possible.
For sure.
You know, Dracula, Drink Blood, Live Forever. It's simple. The wording is simple when you really think about it. But it's kind of cool, I guess. People say,
that's proper.
Play on words,
cool.
right?
Yeah, it's play on words. Yeah.
Definitely cool, man.
Yeah, great mind.
He definitely has a unique brand. Like he definitely, Heartbreak Hotel is definitely a unique clothing brand, I would say. You know,
for sure. A lot of people are messing with that line right now, man. You know, if you check the IG, you see mad models, mad people rocking with it. It's in music videos, yo. You got people like Bad Bunny rocking it, Arcangel rocking it. You got so many people out there, man, rocking this brand. So make sure you guys go fuck with that brand right now, man. The link is right there. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta say thank you to my man Charlie Merciless. If anybody knows the Latin scene in Toronto, they'll know my man Charlie Merciless. A man that wears many hats, but I was thankful to him, and I'm thankful to him for putting me in touch with people like Bad Bunny, Arcangel, Lenny Tavares, people like that. He's a promoter in the city. He does his thing in terms of bringing artists here, and he works with other people, and you know, they pool their ideas and their money together. They get these big shows popping here, and because of that, I get access to these artists from time to time. My man Charlie believes in my brand just as much as you do,
For sure.
you know, and he'll link me and be like, yo, I got this person coming to town. If you want to get them a package, like, I could do that for you, and I'm grateful to him for that. So thank you, Charlie Merciless.
That's big. Shout out, yo. And yo, the way you put your packages together is crazy, man. Cause you got so many different ways of doing it and shit, man. Can you like explain the technique behind that, man?
I've done it, yeah, like you said, I've done it in different ways, like every time. Like even Cardi B, for example, was very unique in the way that I packaged. I gave her the wrong shit, by the way. It was kind of one of those rush things, and like, yo, I got Cardi B, you want to come through and check her, and you can meet her and bring a package. It was kind of rushed, so my selection and what I gave her wasn't the best. Like, I should have given her something else. But regardless, the packaging for that was it was like a wooden box. It was like a pine box.
Wow.
And I put this like mahogany stain on it. I got some gold plate put on it with the brand name Heartbreak Hotel. Jeez. And then a couple t-shirts inside it. I do things like that. Like, I got a bunch of these brown paper bags. I really fuck with the idea behind the brown paper bag because it's so historic, you know. Like, I used to bring lunches to school in brown paper bags, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, the brown paper bag thing in the trap music I did. Brown paper bag to me is like,
It's a nostalgic.
yeah,
feeling,
it's just something that's like, it's been around for a minute. So that is just basically, I made a screen, like a screen print, and I screened that onto the thing. But I package my stuff in many different ways.
That's big, man. Is there anything in that thing?
Well, you told me that you do like giveaways sometimes. So anybody that's tuned in, I brought a
something?
I brought a
Can I
hoodie.
grab it?
Yeah, of course.
Where's that? That's sick.
That's big. Let's check it out. Check it out,
man.
The
Let's
lucky
get it.
one.
I'm gonna
The
pull
lucky
this
one.
thing out right here.
Gee, that's fire, yo.
So this is a navy blue with the white
That's hard.
word mark. It's
that.
This is the one that Bad
Simplicity.
Bunny has, bro.
Yeah, Bad Bunny is actually, if you look on my page, Bad Bunny is rocking his man, it's crazy, it's crazy. Somebody sent me this picture. I didn't even know that this picture existed of Bad Bunny rocking this very sweater.
Wow.
Coming off a jet at an airport in Miami, hopping into a Lambo, and they managed to find these pictures somehow, sent them to me, and I'm like, wow, it was crazy to see him coming off a plane rocking my hoodie.
Yeah, how that feels.
Jumping into a Lambo, rocking my hoodie. It was
That's
dope, bro.
crazy, man.
It was dope. When I saw it, I was like, wow, that's crazy. He really messes with my brand. And I've given him a package like 3 different times now. You know, and you know, when the first time I met him, like I got actual time with him. I got to go through every single piece that I gave to him, and I explained the meaning behind it all. And he really fucked with it, man. And it shows because he wears it. Yeah. Like, I got videos of him and pictures of him all over the world rocking my stuff, and it feels dope, man.
Yeah,
it feels dope for him because I'm a fan of his, and him wearing my stuff.
Yo,
just
forget the giveaway. I want that sweater.
Yo, look at the way this guy puts his cards together. It's like a hotel card, yo.
Jeez.
Swipe.
That's dope.
Yo, come
That's
on,
smart
man.
right there.
Like, you gotta
The
think
thought
like,
behind everything.
yo,
just made you-
Tommy just brought this from Heartbreak Hotel Clothing. We're gonna give this away to one of you guys, alright? Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you follow Heartbreak Hotel Clothing. Comment. And you know what, man? Whoever shows the most love, man, we're gonna give this to them. We're gonna send this out to them, man. Shout out
These
to
are
Heartbreak
exclusive
Hotel, man.
pieces, man.
Yeah, exclusive, original pieces, man. Jeez. That's huge, yo. Thank you for bringing that, Tommy.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Yo, that's big, man. So yo, where can everybody find you, man? Like, I know mad people are gonna want to DM you for clothing and check out your gear and everything. So where can everybody find you? Like,
Instagram, it's at Heartbreak Hotel Clothing, just like it's spelled. Heartbreak Hotel Clothing.
all right,
You
DM.
can DM me there. Check out my stuff there. If you have any questions, if you have any requests, any ideas you want to shoot my
You
way.
do customs?
I do customs, yeah.
Oh,
I do
that's
customs, yeah.
bad.
I did a few for that event that night. I had a rack that was all one of ones.
Yeah.
That were custom stitched, patchwork,
Nice.
And this is all
paint.
done by you.
Yeah.
By
hand.
Wow.
Each piece is custom, man. Like I'm talking like all you artists
that's
out there,
crazy.
man. All the people that like want custom shit that not everybody has, man. You know what I'm saying? Holler at your boy.
Hit me
Tom.
up. I do one of ones.
Straight up, man.
Do you do collab with other brands in any sort?
I did a collab with Blancs actually.
Right.
I saw one of his paintings years ago that had a bear in it, and it got me thinking, and I'm like, yo, I want to put something like this, but I want to make it my own. So I kind of gave Blancs the idea based off of his idea, and I'm like, yo, I want to make my own version, but I want it to look like this. Can you draw it for me? And he drew it for me, and he drew exactly what I wanted done, and I slapped it on a tee, and I'm like, wow, this looks dope. So it's called the Broken Bear collection. If you go on my page, you'll see that collection. My brand has at least 10 different collections within the umbrella of Heartbreak Hotel Clothing and Lifestyle.
That's amazing.
And one of them is a collaboration with Blancs. It's called the Broken Bear piece, where it's pretty much the outline of a bear who's been beat up and battered and been through it all. And it's just kind of like it's a symbol of a relationship's ups and downs, basically. So
Like a warrior.
you give someone a teddy bear on Valentine's Day. It's like that's something that's always been around from dating, and teddy bears existed. You know what I'm saying? That teddy bear sees it all, sits in the corner on a couch or on the bed. You know, it sees you fighting, it sees you happy, it sees you, you know, and it has the scars and to prove it all. So basically, it's an outline of a bear in which the idea was I wanted to leave it blank so that I could hand paint the details on the bear. I could hand sew a button for the eye.
That's dope.
So every piece of the Broken Bear collection is a one of one as well.
So the cool thing about that is that you can like, I can hell is even rocking that Broken Bear one, and you can like DM Tommy at Heartbreak Hotel Clothing, and you can like pick like any color you want, man.
Any colorway.
Let's say if you're Colombian, Ecuadorian, you could be like, you know, like yellow, blue, red. You know, if you want any color, man, you just holler at him. If you're a girl, you want some pink and purple, man. He slaps it on the bear for you, man, and it just looks dope, yo.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And
yo.
what about your
Custom.
hats? You have like a collection of hats and
Toques and hats.
toques and
Yeah,
hats.
so the hats are part of the gold pin collection. This one doesn't have it because I didn't want to put the gold pin on these ones because this is more of this was a different style. I have other toques that are like higher, they're bigger. They're meant to kind of droop or kind of stand up.
Yeah.
The heart is bigger on those. So I put a gold pin through the heart, symbolizing, you know, a broken heart, but still being held together by the gold pin. But this one, I downsized it a little bit because some people like the gold pin, some people don't. Some people think it's really dope, and other people are like, it's okay. I don't really want a pin in my hat though, so I'll take it out.
You even
So
have
I made
ski
a-
mask, right?
Ski mask, yeah. I put the heart on the cheek.
Hard. That is crazy.
That is sick, bro. I love to rock.
Trust
that,
me,
bro.
you guys gotta check that
And
site
any
out.
color
man.
of the ski mask you can do?
Pretty much.
Oh, wow.
Pretty much
That's
any
dope.
color. Right now I'm fucking with black, red, construction like orange,
Neon. Crazy.
gray, olive, bunch of different colors. Yes.
Yeah, and you plan on like doing more like stuff like creative, like tapping into more industries, like
More fashion shows and stuff.
yeah.
Oh, definitely more shows. Definitely more
Yeah.
shows. I've never done an
In
actual
2020?
fashion show, but oh yeah, I'm gonna have part
sure.
2 to a collection of thoughts in 2020.
Yo, I
like I
can't
said,
wait.
I have now ever since that show, which was November 30th, and today we're in January now. I've done at least 8 to 10 more paintings. So I'm pumping out paintings.
You're working.
Yeah, I put in work at least twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. I have ideas brewing all day. I come home and I'll sit down and I'll paint. So, Collection of Thars Part 2 is coming probably spring this year.
Wow, stay tuned for that, yo. Honestly, man, I went to that show and it was amazing, man. Make sure you guys holler at him, DM him. Make sure you stay tuned for the next show.
Where can everybody purchase your clothing? Like,
As of right now, I'm mainly local. I had my clothing selling in various different stores in Toronto and Mississauga. Steve's 905 was one of the first people that ever supported me, so shout out to my man Ace at Steve's 905. But I've had selling at Community 54 in Parkdale, Prohibition in Kensington Market, Adrenaline on Queen West, but I took everything out of stores because I'm working on launching my website. So for right now, I kind of want to make it exclusive to the website.
For sure.
So I'm just building up my collections and inventory because, like I said, I do this all on my own. So funding is a thing that I have to rely on myself for. So right now, I'm building up my inventory, and then I'm gonna launch my website. Been working on it for a while now. I want it to be dope when I launch it. So that's what I'm working on right now.
That's big, man.
So as of right now, just to answer the question, DM me on Instagram if you're local.
For sure.
I could even personally deliver it, or we could work out wide.
That's big, man.
Facebook market.
Not really on Facebook, bro. I used to be. I don't know why.
Just the market.
It's like
Yeah.
Facebook is coming back, I'm hearing nowadays.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I
everybody's
hear
like,
too.
you know, it went down a
Yeah,
little
my
bit.
mom's
And
got
same with
Facebook.
SoundCloud. It's like coming back too, bro. So
It's not really Facebook that it's just the marketplace. When you're on the marketplace, it's if you need a car, an apartment, clothes.
I know.
everything,
It's a tool.
crazy.
when new
It's a
platforms
tool.
come out, man, like you kind of fade away, you know, from other ones. Like Instagram comes out, you fade away from the Facebook, you know what I'm saying? But now Facebook is giving you more features that you want to go back to, and it helps
knows a
you
lot.
sell things and whatnot.
Yeah.
Right? Everything's
I gotta
promo,
get back
though.
on it. I
Yeah,
gotta get back
me
on
too,
it.
man. To be honest, but everything's promo, man, and us as entrepreneurs, artists, and everything, we need just mad social media. So it's good to like, you know, be on that.
Social media is good and bad. You know,
Yeah,
use
both.
it for whatever you
Wisely.
feel will advance you in your
Creators,
career
ideas.
or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, use it wisely.
Yeah,
sure.
you know, like, so if you guys want any custom gear, man, DM Heartbreak Hotel Clothing, man. Tell them like what you guys
follow.
like on the page, and if you guys want to like do some custom clothing, man, just talk with him, man. You guys could shoot him some colors, and he'll put something crazy together for you, man.
You know what? If you could throw up an image
Right
at the
there.
end, I'll send some picture away, and you know, so people can see it.
Yeah, man, definitely. Yo, let's do that. We're gonna put up some pictures so you guys can see some of the clothing, man.
Yo.
And you know what? DM Tommy, man, at Heartbreak Hotel Clothing. All right, man, and you guys can get like the best fashion out here, man. It's some Toronto clothing, man, worldwide. Yo, everybody's rocking it right now, man. So make sure you guys can get that, yo. All right, man. Yo, you want to give a shout out to anybody, yo? Like,
Well, shout out to you guys for having me. Straight up, I shouted out certain people that have helped me along the way, that have been supportive. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my family, my friends, anybody that's ever rocked with me since 2013. I got a lot of love and appreciation for you. But yeah, and mainly you. You know, you and I have known each other for years and years. You know, Rico too. Rico did some modeling for me. You can see him on the page.
Pretty boy Rico.
Pretty boy Rico.
modeling tips. No, man, mad love for coming through, man. I appreciate that, man. Like, I told everybody that I'm gonna have you here, man. I got you here, so I'm just glad I got it done, man. I hope everybody enjoyed it, man. And make sure you guys subscribe, like, comment, and share it. And make sure you follow at Heartbreak Hotel Clothing. Alright, yo, it's the gas drip. We out of here, man.
Yes.